Did somebody say communism? Sorry, I did not say communism, YouTube. I said something else completely different. I said Tomunism, where it's an ideology where we all worship Tom. Which Tom? Any Tom will do. Yeah, no talk of weird, like, authoritarian, like, ideologies that used to exist back in the day. No, this is just us Toms hanging out, doing Tom things, talking about how much we like to wear shirts under our sweaters. It's just Tom things, really. But as we all know, when communism exists on the world, there's really no chance of ever having any peace. So let's get right into the mass conflict, shall we? And as you may have noticed, the world map looks a little bit differently, and we're going to have one heck of a war because of it. I haven't tested this out at all, so I have no idea if it's balanced, but I, obviously, knowing Hoi 4, already know that it's probably not. But as you might have seen from the title already, the gimmick basically is that I've split the world right down the middle, and I've set everyone at war just so they don't all leave the fucking faction. But as you can see, it's quite the fucking split. So of course already you might be thinking this isn't incredibly fair because, you know, Germany, France, Italy, Britain, all on one fucking side against the Soviets, Japan. But you've got to remember that the other side does in fact have a shit ton of manpower to just throw at the enemy. So whilst it might be a bit of a quicker start for the Western powers, I get the feeling that the East might catch up a bit later. So of course in this scenario I've actually opted to play the US, which actually makes sense if you think about it. When half the world's turned fucking communist, Douglas MacArthur's probably got something to fucking say about it. It also allows us to see just how the AI will deal with such a large scale war against so many fucking people, because I won't really be able to do much for another couple years, but when I do, oh, there's gonna be some hellfire to unleash. Oh, just look at that. If that's not worth hitting the like and subscribe button, what is? Original content. Shut up. I've literally done nothing. I haven't even conscripted anyone, and we've got mutineers in the fucking army. Well, I've got the first thing I've actually done in this game. That's sent my fucking navy to go deal with the Japanese. Hopefully do a nice bit of damage, as they're the only real naval power on the other side. And we've got quite the fucking naval power. As you can see, I am absolutely destroyed. Oh my god, the Spanish are here. Look at this shit. Jesus Christ, that might be the sleepiest pirate I've ever seen. Oh my god, the Spanish really have fucking awakened. They're retaking all these islands with fucking cavalry and like garrison divisions. Ah, do you smell that? Toms of the world? Oh, I smell it indeed. That's the free market. Oh, looks like we got our first capitulation. Kenya's been taken out by the Belgians, who apparently that legacy in the Congo wasn't good enough for them. They're still needing those extra few hands on deck, if you know what I mean. Okay, I kind of get it now. I'm pretty sure my army's mutinying because I've got them all in the south. Yeah, fucking hell, the Allies are really making quick work of Africa, but then again, there wasn't really anyone stopping them. But the Turks are here now. I'm sure they'll put up more of a fight. Probably not. As casualties go, I'm actually pretty surprised. The Soviets only lost 1 million and the Allies altogether lost 1.7 million. The problem I have found though is no rubber. So I might actually have to go just, you know, do what US does best and go secure some resources. Oh shit, dude. If you don't go to Brazil, Brazil's gonna come to you! So after commandeering some goods from Indonesia, I think we're pretty set for life here. This whole front line right now is just something else. I don't think I've ever seen something like this before. We've got the Germans, the Norwegians, the Brazilians, even the Italians are here. Yeah, that whole Indonesia thing kind of led to an invasion of Siam, and that led to an invasion of China. I just kind of need to help out my allies over here who kind of got pushed back just a little bit by the Soviet hordes. China was actually a bit of a cakewalk. I'm assuming most of their troops were in Europe, but now I've got this whole flank over here unguarded, and the Soviets have just turned up and slapped their cock in my face. Just how Douglas MacArthur would have liked Korea to go. Just a shame I don't have any nukes available, really. Yeah, just like real life, those communists, real fucking good at holding Indochina. Kind of need a bit of a morale boost for these guys over here fighting in the jungles, and the only thing I can really think about doing is telling Tom to go fuck his stupid weekend barbecue. I don't care! Jeez, I look away from Africa and like 5 minutes later it looks like this, but then again, it could be worse. It could be what the fuck's going on up here with Brazil. Well, we're getting to the point now where there are just so many Allied troops spammed everywhere, I really can't keep up with what's going on, but Norway's really fucking pushed right into the Soviet asshole by the looks. Not entirely sure how that happened, but we're trying to do our best to get the eastern flank nice and sorted out, but how well will it go? Who knows? We've dealt with China and India now, which is a pretty big resource area for the Soviets and a pretty big manpower pool. So I'm hoping now that this might be coming to the end of the war. Of course, I completely forgot about Japan, but I'm sure someone will deal with that, not me. Well, Norway, Brazil, and the German Reich combined teams and took out the Soviets. When the fuck will you ever hear that again? Well, I was right in my predictions. As soon as the Soviets fell, the Allies just spammed troops into fucking Japan, and what the fuck is that? The Italians have a cavalry unit that only has 3 units of cavalry that they've landed with, and it's a fucking fist! Best way of invading Japan is, instead of waiting for Nagasaki Death Stack to fuck off, just go ahead and build yourself a port over here once you landed, and just take out the Japanese that way. That war ended a bit too soon for my liking. I think it's time we do a little bit more trickery. You see, we were quick to beat the communist threat, but nobody really sat back and thought, hold a second, what the hell's this Nazism thing all about? Oh god, I think we might have facilitated a dictator's crazy lust for power, Lebensraum, and probably mass genocide, so I think we might need to clear this up, especially since they all just left my faction. Oh, rebellions in the Americas, you say? I didn't... They're my allies, I wouldn't do anything about that, but then again, it's completely pointless, because if we look at the Second Brazilian Republic's troop count, yeah, and then we look at the actual Brazil's troop count, I don't think they're gonna win. Whoa, hold on a second. You're telling me Japan is also a Nazi now? How did all of this come to be? Oh, that's not Hirohito. That's not Hirohito at all. Oh no, now the Germans are going around the Switzerland and into France. I feel like there probably could have been a better way for them to blitzkrieg around the French Maginot though. I just don't know whereabouts that might be. Oh no, they formed this new pact called the Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. What does it mean? What does any of this mean? Oh, and Franco turned up. You're a bit late, Franco, I won't lie. You see, I would help, but I'm building these things called nuclear reactors, and I feel like it's best no one else knows about them, especially since I've run out of room to build them, so I think I'm going to have to borrow a few of these, like, factories you got here in Saudi Arabia and just replace them with, you know, a couple nuclear reactors. Oh, shit. I thought the Soviets might actually come back and hold the Germans up a bit, but they've only got 28 units, and the Germans, they're really fucking powerful. Oh, I see how it fucking is. France capitulates, and immediately Britain's on to the next fucking thing, trying to get me in their faction, alright? Well, these bitches, these hoes, they ain't loyal. Interestingly enough, the Republicans actually won, but last time I checked, the Nationalists had them, like, pinned to the fucking corner, and as soon as they won, they joined the Comintern, which is, I'm just saying there's not many Toms left. Yeah, okay, Britain guaranteed my independence. Britain, you have 26 troops left, they all died in France. Honestly, what better place for the US to join this World War III scenario than, you know, invading from the Middle East? It's just how George Bush would have wanted it. Ah, an immediate test of the weapon. Test very successful. Alright, I'm calling fucking bullshit here. Douglas MacArthur wounded. Douglas MacArthur wounded. Oh shit, son. Roosevelt's fucking dead, and that means it's Truman time. Ah, we've landed on the continent, and it's time to push those Jerrys back to where they belong. Just definitely not in the Middle East. You don't belong there, Germany. Ultimate power! Oh, Germany, unsurprisingly, doesn't have much fight in them. They lost like 10 million units in their last fucking war with the Soviets, and they've lost about another 10 million to me. Yeah, they gave it their best shot. It was a pretty hard-fought war. That's a lot of fucking equipment. Jesus, they spammed out so many troops, but I imagine their manpower probably wasn't that great, considering they lost 15 million men and like 10 million in the last war. Ooh, time for peace. It's been a bloody few years, comrades, but we have eventually crippled the the communist menace. We've killed the fascists. Apparently the Comintern still exists, but How much harm could some communists in a few mountains and jungles even do to us? I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and leave me a suggestion of any other wacky and interesting scenarios you can think of down below. I think I might try this again a bit differently, maybe north versus south, but maybe skip a few countries around with like something like that. I don't know, but we need to balance it just a little bit more, I think.